Okay, here's my first video. I am making chicken stock. And to make chicken stock, here's my list of ingredients. I start off with chicken bones, carrots, onion, a little celery, parsley, and I have a little bit of real chicken on this one. I'm gonna throw in, add a few spices, bay leaves, some coriander, cardamom, and a little bit of pepper. So here's how I start. When I have my chicken dinners during the week, I save all the bones. I stick them in a Ziploc freezer bag. When I get about 1 bag of bones, I know it's time to make stock. I had just over 1 bag of bones. It really doesn't take much work to make your own stock. I have a little piece of ginger with that. Whole onion just like that. Satasha loves celery, so I always put a good amount of celery in my soups. If you have it around, fresh parsley, which is basically celery, goes pretty good in your soups as well. A couple bay leaves, cardamom and coriander. It's really just anything I had sitting in there. You can just use whole peppercorn if you have them. I was just too lazy to go find them. Oh, and I'm gonna take this whole chicken, I'm gonna set it on top. Some hard plastic today, I guess. Because I don't want to wash my hands. I'm gonna pull this chicken out later, after about an hour of cooking. And I'll use that for my chicken noodle soup. Some filtered water. It's organic water. Okay. The chicken bones are still frozen, so they're taking up a little bit of space. I'm gonna turn this up to high, let it get boiling. Not really a rip-roaring boil. As soon as it starts bubbling, then I'm gonna turn down and simmer, and we're gonna simmer it till tomorrow morning. Next part of the sequel, when it comes up to a boil, turn the heat down to just barely a simmer. You'll see from time to time a little bit of foamy stuff come up to the top. If you see that foamy stuff, just pull some of it off, stick it in a bowl, make it go away. I was told that's impurities. Some of that stuff's just a little impurities that you don't want clouding up your soup. Alright, next step, pull this chicken breast out because it's going to be done in another 20-30 minutes or so. Pulled the chicken breast out, deboned it, and of course, guess where the bones went? That's right, back in the pot. It's gonna sit like this until about 7 a.m. Depends what time I wake up. Looking happy. So here's my healthy pot of goodness. So now I have to get all that stuff out of there somehow. I have to come up with 2 different ways. One is to either use this handy dandy little guy and throw the stuff in a bowl, Or you pick it up and you pour this hot lava mess into this thing and catch most of it. Sometimes this is kind of a big pot. I might have to do it twice. So here we go. So I've become a big fan of this little tool. It just scoops that stuff out of there really easy. I throw it in here. Now, because it has all that good juice in there still, I want to make sure I get it all. So I put it in there and let it drain. So this guy is a fat separator. I like using it. Skim the fat off the top. I then put a sieve over top of it to catch all the well, junk, I guess, that's in the soup. So as you can see, the fat raises to the top, which is pretty awesome. Pull the thing out here. Give it a pour. Don't pour so fast you pour the fat over the top, because I've done that a dozen times. And that's some awesome heavenliness right there. Then just repeat. And that is my chicken stock. Sometimes it needs to either boil down just a little bit, sometimes it needs a little bit of salt, and sometimes if I'm trying to stretch it, I add a bouillon cube to it to stretch it and make it a little more, well, just make it go further. So there it is in a nutshell. I'll show you when it's packaged up too.